Hi, welcome again to another episode of Wisdom and Associates. A warm welcome to you wherever you're watching from. And as usual, I don't take it for granted for those that have subscribed and you are really engaging your few minutes of whatever time it is of the day that you're watching. And I'm very grateful from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for your support. Today, I want us to look at the Department of Dreams, and I want us to talk about what it means when you are dreaming about cars. If you are driving a car yourself, or you've had a dream where you found yourself in a vehicle, you might not necessarily have been the driver, but there was another driver in the vehicle, but you are aware in the dream that you are in a moving vehicle. Sometimes you could have a dream where you are in a vehicle that is not moving at all. So all those things have significant meanings. Okay, so that is what we're going to talk about today. I'm your host, Jemima. Welcome, and let's get straight to it. Well, when you have a dream that you are in a vehicle, whether you're the driver or someone else is driving the car, what that basically means, it does not mean that necessarily that you will be getting a car anytime soon. No, sometimes what the dream about you being in a vehicle, being in a car, whether you're driving it or not, what it means is you are activating what is called your core, your innermost being. Now, what do I mean by that? The car is basically a shadow and type of your innermost being, or what people in other ascension circles like to call the Merkaba. So, what is a Merkaba? The Merkaba is the vehicle that will give you access to the light energy that your body needs, living light energy. Okay, the Merkaba is a vehicle of light. It is the wagon of ascension. It is also interpreted as the throne of God. Okay, this is the in the Hebrew teachings, they refer to the Merkaba sometimes as the throne of God because they would have this belief that the throne of God was composed of wheels. There are 4 wheels around the throne, and the Kayoth, the living creatures, are the ones driving that 4-wheeled chariot. Okay. The Merkaba is also the vehicle that will bring together the eternal and the physical, and as it brings them together, then it is able to help a person to discover the identity of who they are in God. So when you have a dream concerning a vehicle, sometimes if you are a person who records the dreams that you have, then try and look back around that time and see whether you became more conscious than you were before. So the Merkaba is something that I know is not so much talked about in the local mainstream churches for one reason or another. But the Merkaba is basically the thing that will draw, or it will, in a sense, interact with the ether that exists around your physical body, and then it is the thing that will extract energy from that ether and then bring it into your physical body. Now, what is the significance of what I have just said? Basically, the Merkaba, once it is activated, it helps you to do several things. First of all, it will help you to heal and regenerate your body faster. The other thing the Merkaba does is provide protection. It is a thing that creates a shield around your body, especially from physical assaults. And it is also the thing that will help you to be able to receive protection from harmful electromagnetic fields as well. Also, the Merkaba is the vehicle of light, as I had mentioned before, that will help you to be transported from one place to another in terms of translation, or what we call transrelocation. For example, when Philip baptized the Ethiopian eunuch in the book of Acts, where that is cited, the minute he baptized the Ethiopian eunuch, then he disappeared, and then he found himself in another city altogether. The thing that helped him to do that was the Merkaba. Another story where the Merkaba is mentioned is in the book of First Kings. I believe it is chapter 18, where Elijah has prayed for the rain to come, and then he sends his servant to tell the king to now begin riding his chariots, because the rain that is going to come might stop him on his way back to the kingdom. Remember, those chariots were made of metal, but I think because of the technology back then, the chariots had that limitation of getting stuck in the mud. So in that story, in that section, basically, we have noticed, or if you have read it, you will notice Elijah was able to run much, much faster than the chariots. And why was that possible? It was because of this thing I am talking about, the Merkaba. The other thing the Merkaba does in terms of transrelocation or translation is that when Elijah was meeting with Obadiah before they had the showdown with the other 450 prophets of Baal and Asherah, before the fire miracle happened, remember when he met with Obadiah, Obadiah said, it is known about you that you are able to be present in one place at one time, and then it so happens you disappear, then you're located somewhere else. So basically, what happened was when Elijah activated his Merkaba, he was able to do that. He was able to somehow magically disappear and then find himself in another place. So when you hear this word Merkaba, don't think of it as a new age thing that needs to be avoided. No, basically just be of the mind that the Merkaba is something that has been designed with you in mind as the user, and it is designed also to help you to understand how the interaction between the eternal or the spiritual dimension and the physical dimension works. So basically, I don't want to get too much sidetracked with all the things I've tried to explain, but I want to summarize in this way. When you have a dream where you are driving a vehicle or you are being driven in a vehicle, what it basically means is that you have activated your Merkaba. You have activated your access to living light energy. It means you have activated a chariot of ascension. It means you have activated the thing that will help you to interact with the other mystical dimensions, so that as you now cultivate spiritual awakening, you become more conscious each and every single time. Not all dreams concerning driving a car or being driven by a car means that you will receive literally a vehicle, a car. No. Sometimes God has his own way of communicating certain things. And I know for some people, maybe you are having a dream concerning a car and you thought, hey, I'm going to receive a car or whatever. Then now you're hearing me explaining this to you, you're feeling some kind of disappointment. You're like, really? Me? I've been praying, for a car and everything. I think basically if you see such a dream concerning a car or being driven in a car, and it is your car, okay, in the dream you are aware that that is your car, I think it is encouraging, because it means you have activated a part of you that was dormant for quite some time. And it also means that God is now beginning to initiate you into spiritual awakening. So don't be discouraged just because I have said when you have a dream, you're driving a car, you're being driven by a car that is your car. I mean, you're being driven by somebody else in your car as you are in the dream. Don't be discouraged because I have now said now you're being, it means that you're now activating your Merkaba. Okay. It is a very good thing. It is a very encouraging thing to know. So, for those who are thinking I will be driving a certain brand of a car, put that aside. Just have this now information with you in mind. It just means that now you are being initiated into the realm of consciousness. You are being initiated into a realm where light will become the thing that communicates to you more than now being communicated, or rather receiving communication through formal teachings, through study, through research. Now you are being entrusted, you're being now elevated, and you have been entrusted now to begin to now interact with the mysteries of God in the higher realms. That's what it means. If you have a dream where you are in a car and it is not moving at all, it is very stagnant, it just means your Merkaba is deactivated. And it could be perhaps you have been traumatized by something, or maybe you attended an ungodly meeting with certain people, and because you became defiled in the process, then you now exposed yourself to not even just the defilement alone, but you exposed yourself to trauma. Okay, you exposed yourself to demonic torment. So now you have been tied down in your innermost being. Your core has now become very deactivated. So it means if you are operating in a higher plane, then you need to start thinking about repentance. You need to ask God, where is it I engaged in a meeting, I was in a conference, or I went to a ministry, unbeknownst to me, I didn't listen to the prompting of Ruach HaKodesh, and now I don't understand why I'm not receiving revelations like I used to before. If you notice, people who have stagnant cars in their dreams, you'll notice in their lives they never receive fresh revelation like they used to before. Even you'll find your prayer life becomes burdensome. It becomes tiring for you to pray. So when you have such dreams about a stagnant car, you're in a stagnant car, it is not moving, that is a warning sign. It shows you have done something illegal in the spirit, and now you have now been deactivated in your innermost being. So your vehicle of light cannot ascend the way you used to. You cannot ascend dimensionally with ease the way you used to. It could be you engaged in some ritual, in a practice or something, and then kumbe you are dabbling with alternative mysticism, you are dabbling with dark magic practices, and now you are not able to do anything. You are not able to communicate. Prayer is becoming tiresome. You feel like the prayers, as people say, they reach the ceiling and then they come down. That's what it means when you have a dream or you're in a stagnant vehicle. I think for now I will venture to stop there. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns concerning dreams to do with cars, and maybe you don't understand, you can put your concerns in the comments, and then hopefully I will be able to respond to them with God's revelation. Thank you so much again. For those who have subscribed, please share this if you know someone that might need this. I really appreciate your support, and please don't be scared to comment. Don't feel shy. Please share your comments, share your opinions, and then we will be able to sharpen each other. We'll be able to enlighten each other more and grow more in the faith. All right. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Until next time. Bye.